Hello all. Welcome to PMO's Hacking COVID-19 2020. Uh, my name is Karthik, and I would like to introduce you to the project, which is Project 11, Project Management Competency Assessment using AI models. Before I start on the project, I'd like to introduce my two colleagues, apart from the other team members that are presenting this project to you. I have Gaurav, who is joining from Noida in his house in India. And we also have Mani, who's joining us from Malaysia in his car. And he's driving around the city while he's doing this. So we are doing this in the most mobile way possible. Uh, so, all right, this is really an exciting topic. All of us are either in the PMO world or are project managing or program managing or managing portfolios, or are in executive positions looking after one of these areas. So, the aspect of project management competency is an often debated topic, and there are varied models and mechanisms that varied organizations follow. Our idea is this. Our idea is to have a project management competency assessment, which is based on artificial intelligence, on models that learn and are able to help feed the understanding from the models back to the competency, and for this chain to continue and improve on an ongoing basis. So, to start with, what's the problem? The problem, of course, is that we are today in a VUCA world. I think, for the last 10 years, we've now heard this phrase. It has been often debated, but now I think with the current context, we can say that we are in a volatile world. We are in a world which is complex and ambiguous and uncertain. And there needs to be, therefore, a very strong mechanism for people working in the project management world that deal with a lot of this complexity, this ambiguity, to be part of or to be defined within a competency. And for the project management competency then drives the success of the individual, which leads to the success of the project or the activity or the business that the individual is working with. Obviously, the project manager and the project teams need to have a strong system that consists not just of hard skills, hard project management competency, but also behavioral soft competencies that help us measure clearly and measure and define and measure clearly against a standard benchmark or a well-accepted benchmark that we have in the market. And this then clearly puts all of us in the PMO and project management world on a trajectory towards improvement. That I think is the larger problem. Now, in terms of the solution, what are we really looking at? We are looking at building a project manager competency development framework, which PMI already offers, and we are looking to leverage that. And this competency or this framework defines certain dimensions of competence and identifies the competencies that really impact a project manager's performance. And it is able to give an overview of skills and behaviors that one would need to develop in order for one to progress through the competency and be able to help deliver to the business and the organizations. This, I think, is the solution that we are looking at. And with this, I'll hand over to our local AI expert, Gaurav, who will take you through on how this solution is going to be structured, what are the models, what is the approach. So over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Karthik, and hello, everyone. So I'm just going to discuss about the solution approach. The approach we are following over here is an AI-based project management competency assessment. And this would provide everyone who is involved in the projectized environment to know their challenges and their talent gap. For this, we are going to use various classification and clustering algorithms in machine learning, since machine learning is a part of AI, right? So there are different types of learning like supervised learning. So in supervised learning, the data is actually classified or labeled. For every input, you have a corresponding output. So that's why we say it's a classified form of learning technique. Then we have another form which is called unsupervised learning. So in unsupervised learning, the data is not labeled or classified. So for each input type, we do not have a corresponding output, right? And that's why we have unsupervised learning. Then a third type of learning, which is reinforcement learning. So in reinforcement learning, we do not have defined patterns of data, right? There may be scenarios where you do not have a clear answer in the form of yes or no, right? So in such scenarios, you need to understand the attitudes, behavior, the sentiment. Like in COVID-19 situation, you can see that there is impact on buying patterns, right? But you never know how the consumer is going to behave, right? There is a lot of impact on the performance appraisals, right? Their productivity. So in such scenarios, you need to have a technique which learns on its own without having that data. So that data is actually fed into the system over a period of time, and the system learns through it, right? So this type of learning requires cognitive thinking, right? As humans have that capability of thinking. So artificial intelligence provides that decision-making ability in the PMCD, or the Project Management Competency Assessment Development Framework, right? So next is about the business needs. What is the exact business need for which this project has been proposed? So since there are situations where we do not have a clear answer in black and white, right? So we need AI models to reflect the actual performance and predictability, right? So the basic idea behind is not only to understand what will happen, right? That is your prediction, but why it has happened. So to answer those type of questions, we need to have those machine learning models which can help you in answering why such a situation has happened. So these AI models will help in understanding that why part. And along with that, it also helps in the assessment of personal competence, performance competence, and the knowledge competence. So these are the three competence which has been taken up from the PMCD framework of PMI, as earlier explained by Karthik. So these are the three parts you can see over here. The performance competencies cover the initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing, the standard competencies. Plus, there are personal competencies which involves more of the soft skills like communicating, leading, managing, right? Professionalism. Plus the knowledge, the actual knowledge of the project management. So these three type of competencies will be assessed on the basis of various KPIs, the key performance indicators. So as we have mentioned over here, the KPIs would be around the following components, which includes abilities, attitudes, behavior, knowledge, personality, and skills. Right. Now moving on to the business value part. So of course, the business value for this solution is that it will provide a measurable overall view of the skills, right? A quantifiable way of assessment of these skills and the behaviors, right? And which would be required for any project manager or a project team to have in order to execute the project successfully. So it will also help the in identifying the potential talent gaps, right? So that potential talent gaps is a part of predictability, which AI models will help, right? In order to effectively execute your projects and make decision making based on that. So it would be data-driven actionable decisions rather than blank decisions without any basis, right? So this is the benefit of the AI-based model which we intend to develop. And it will also improve the ability to innovate, because that data-driven decisions will help in better innovative ideas. So with that, I move on to the project scope, and I would like to hand it over to our colleague Mani, who would take you through to the project scope. Over to you, Mani.
Okay. Hi guys. Karthik, Gaurav, thank you. See, when we're talking about the scope, we are breaking the scope into three different perspectives. One, we're looking into the project management knowledge competence, one. Second, we're talking about the performance competency. Third, we're talking about your personal competency as well. Okay, let me explain to you about onto the project management knowledge competency. This is what the project knows about the project, about project management. See, when we're talking about the knowledge of the project management, this knowledge can be got from whatever things they have learned before, from a theoretical perspective, maybe from their college, from their universities and so on. That's one. Second, learning through the professional certifications like PMP, PGMP and so on. Third thing, it could be from their own personal experiences as well. So these are some of the knowledge which they are using in the project. Now, how competent are they going to be in using the knowledge, or how much of knowledge do they have in order to execute a certain kind of a project work and so on like that? That will be tested here. Second thing, we're talking about the project management performance competency. So in a simple term, this is where we're looking into their aptitudes. All right. How good are they with their project management acumen knowledge here? All right. And then the third thing, we're talking about their personal competency. So when talking about the personal competency, here we're talking about what is their attitudes. How do they approach a certain task? How they approach a certain kind of situations in the project? And what is their attitude towards that? Are they being positive? Are they being negative? Are they have a certain kind of a proactive kind of a nature? Or do they have a certain kind of only a reactive based nature and so on? Right? So these are the things that we are going to look into when we're going to do this particular competency. Right? All right, the next one. Okay. Right, Gaurav, next slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's there.
So how we are going to work into it? First, we are going to break it into three different kind of sets. First one is we're going to have only a simple Q&A. Normally, when you're talking about a yes and no answer, what we call this as your rapid fire. So we will have at least about 100 to 150 questions. These all are knowledge-based questions. All right. So they're given a certain period of time and which they need to answer all of these questions. And then the second one, which will be testing them mostly onto their attitude as well as onto their aptitude. This is where we're going to give them onto the scenario-based questions. We're going to expose them into a different kind of scenarios in the project management or in the project environment, and then we're going to look at how are they going to respond to this particular scenario. So there are 4 choices of answers A, B, C, D. There is no wrong answer, but every answer they are picking, it will show what is their competency level in regards to the project management. And then the third one, when you're talking about the interview-based question, this is where we are going to assess mainly onto their personal skills. How are they approaching a certain projects and so on. So combination of all of these things, it will be giving us an avenue where we can test their where we can know what is their competency level. Now, how AI can help here is, because when you're talking about a certain scenario based and so on like that, there is no clear-cut yes or there's no clear-cut no. There could be somewhere in between. So there is no binary towards that. So this is where the AI will be able to help us to determine their competency more effectively.
Yeah. So just to add to Mani's point, so in the last part, we will be using the unsupervised and the reinforcement learning, right? Because we do not have the clear-cut data and the patterns. Yeah.
True. Okay. All right. So in this one, so what we're going to do here is we're going to assess the performance. All right. This is where it will be a self-assessment as well as the organizational level assessment. So this is where, one, they will be doing their assessment on their own. Second thing, we are going to look at something like a 360 degrees assessment, which will be involving their immediate supervisors and so on. So once this assessment is being done, once we already know what is their competency level, all right, and then we will be able to know where they are, what is their gap, and then from this we can give them the right intervention techniques or intervention tools or intervention training for them to improve their entire competency. Right? So this is how this entire process would work. Okay? All right. For the next one, okay, so the deliverables, okay. So from the AI part, Gaurav, maybe you can explain on the.
Sure. So in terms of KPIs, so we have identified these KPIs in terms of the different competencies. So the AI model is going to predict and provide information based on the knowledge indicator level. What is the knowledge level of a project manager in terms of different competencies, as we discussed? What is the rating on each of these skills, say on a scale of say 1 to 10? Say right now we can also do that rating, but where the answer is interview based form and there is no yes or no answer, so it would become difficult for a normal human to do the rating, right? So it involves that discretion and cognitive capabilities, so where AI would help. And apart from this, it would also help personality rating. Then what is the satisfaction level of employee, customer, right? What is the motivation level? And apart from that, what is the ability to create smart goals, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound goals. It would also tell the implementation effectiveness of project management principles and practices. Plus, there would be some business value metrics. Over to you, Mani, if you want to add anything.
Okay, like when we're talking about the knowledge, when we're talking about the attitude and aptitude, this is very, very important. So what we will have, one of the deliverables, it will be this. We'll be giving them a comprehensive report stating on which are the areas they are strong at, which are the areas that they need to be improved, which are the areas they can even becoming an asset to the organization. Because every project managers, every team members, they could be skilled in certain area, but they not necessarily will be skilled in some areas. So we can see how, by using this particular report, how we can make the organization as a learning organizations where everybody can contribute to the learning of each and everyone here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is our last slide, which tells about the project team. Though we have mentioned it, but it's a collective team effort and involving mentors, tutor, project lead, and team members. So this is our idea of the project, and I think this idea we would like to implement coming times. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thanks, Mani and Karthik, for your time.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you. Stay safe.
Stay safe.